It doesn't matter what kinds of videos you make or with what software, the editing technique that we're going to go over in this video is one every single video creator should know. I'm Dylan John, and let's first take a look at this short music video example. So what did you think about that? Something felt off about that sequence, did it not? I showed this to my girlfriend, who's not a video editor, and she said that she felt that the cuts needed to be slowed down, that there wasn't enough pause in between them. Here's the thing though, the reason it doesn't feel smooth and cohesive is not because the cuts are too fast. You can have cuts that fast or even faster and still make it feel smooth. The reason it doesn't work is because the editor seemed to forget about something called eye trace. Eye trace is an editing technique where you anticipate where your viewer's eyes will be looking within the frame at any moment. It is crucial to making a sequence feel smooth, especially one with fast cuts. If that was confusing, here's what I mean. So the part of this example that I felt was the most jarring was this whole sequence with the girls, as well as the roulette wheel. And so if we go frame by frame, each shot is only a few frames. And so we are having to look starting down at this table, then we look up at her eyes. Usually we are drawn to people's eyes, as well as the brightest thing in the shot. And then the next shot, her eyes are a bit away. Then the shot after this, then we have to scan our eyes back to the left and down. And then this is also not in the same position. And then it cuts to Bad Bunny here. This also I thought was interesting. I don't know why the editor would not line these up perfectly. It's the perfect shape match cut, and he doesn't line them up that well. But if we watch that in the fast pace, let me mute this music. So notice how your eyes are just looking everywhere. Here's a clip from a recent film I watched where the editor uses eye trace really well throughout the movie, but specifically in this sequence. Did you notice how watching that just felt effortless? You didn't have to scan the frame to find where to look because the editor likely scaled and repositioned those shots, so you're essentially forced to look in one general location. This makes those quick cuts work and feel cohesive. Contrast that to the music video example once again, and you can really see the difference. Another important thing to remember is that the wider your shot is and the more stuff that's in each frame, the harder it's going to be to create good eye trace. That's because your viewer will have to quickly scan the frame to find what to lock their eyes onto. And if there's more stuff in that frame, it's going to take their brain longer to lock on to the subject. They may even end up locking on to something that you don't want them to look at. So if you really want to make a smooth, fast cut sequence, you'll find that close-up shots with not a lot of distraction in each frame seem to work the best. You can still throw in a wide shot every now and then, but preferably one that doesn't have a lot going on in it. If it does, you could maybe add some blurring around the edges or anywhere outside of the subject, or maybe some vignetting to help guide your viewer's eyes into that area of the frame that you want them to look at. As a very basic example of eye trace that you could apply in your own videos, if you like to do that scale in jump cut that content creators do, by making sure that shot B has your eyes lined up in the same place as your eyes in shot A, this will help the viewer feel like the flow between the two shots is smooth. The eye trace technique is incredibly useful, but this technique in this video is even more important for good storytelling. Once again, I'm Dylan John, and have a great rest of your day, guys.